Sanbanani guys, welcome back to yet another video, and we are speaking about the latest episode of Queendom. So you guys, this episode, remember last episode ended with Ewa being in the water, and we were just waiting to see what happens, you guys. So this episode picks up from there, guys. We see Mandlovu. She is singing that Wena Wamanzi song. You remember that song that Uketi was saying? Except here, Mandlovu bimba, guys. But anyway, in Sigo, guys, she's singing that Wena Wamanzi song as Ebo is coming out of the water. So he's still coming out of the water. You can see Ebo, he's shivering, you guys. And Usanusi just keeps staring at Ebo. He's staring how Ebo's legs, guys, he's struggling to even walk and come out of that water. I'm like, Yazusan, you see how poor guys. That's all he will do. He will stay and stay as if like ubona something ayitathule. Like really, like you are called for this. If we are for once, dude, at least you are dying for a good cause. Then all these other innocent people that died because Usanusi decided to keep quiet. Hi guys. So anyway, boy, he's struggling to even get out of the water, you guys. And then once he gets out of the water, Talukolo then says to Ebo, Agmelanga, ubone umuntu manje. No one is allowed to see you from here. He covers Ebo with a towel. At this point, Ebo is shivering. Obviously, most people think Wuti maybe it's the flu or something because he was coughing, but I know that it's more, or we all know that it's more than that. So Talukolo covers him with the towel and he goes on to say, Wuti, no one is allowed to see you from this point until you sit on the throne. Then Loa Koko was doing or leading the ceremony. She goes on to say, Wena Wamanzi, and don't look back. That is to say, like, walk straight, don't look back. And then the rest of the people who are there, they start singing the praises. Those praises because their king has successfully done the ceremony, guys. I was surprised Ebo did not drown. I expected him to drown or do something, but anyway, now I guess it's too soon. And then Usanus is left staring, and Usanus is staring at the river as if he's seeing something. I'm just like, Sanus, then I'm going to drama because really it's taking us nowhere. Then we see next thing it's at night, guys, and Wushubuti they are continuing or finishing off the ceremony that's supposed to be done. Is there, the council members are there. And Utalukalo is making a declaration and crowning Ebo as king. Busy shouting, guys, not shouting, but speaking with a very loud voice. So he goes on to say, the fish eagle is a cunning animal. It's fast and it's decisive. Iona Esolayo, it's the one that's able to see prophetically or whatever. It strikes with precision and it is feared. He goes on to say that the spirit of this fish eagle that I just described will impart its skills to you, saying this upon Ebo. He goes on to say it must impart its skills onto you ukuze ugobe lesikhumba esaqowa ukhokho bakho okhokho tabula manzi, something like that, okhozi lokhohlamba, like doing all of those or saying all of those names, guys. And then he said Wena Wamanzi, and then everyone else followed Wena Wamanzi. And then Utalu takes, remember Ubanzi used to wear these wings, guys, these wings that were like with the feathers and the blue. Except Ebo's ones, guys, are black and red. And people have been saying, listen, guys, the wardrobe Ebo, he's been wearing dark clothes, guys, red, and it's just signifying the darkness and the evil he's bringing to the kingdom. And I guess some people are right, because why are his feathers black and red? So anyway, Utalukono takes the feathers and he puts the feathers upon Ebo's shoulders, and I guess that's a signaling ukuthi it's done. Then Ebo goes on to say bantu bam abahloniphekile baseKhahlamba. Lolu suku is an important day to all of us. Ngiyazi ukuthi sisaphatheke kabi. Inhliziyo zethu zisasebuhlungu kunzima. Siyazila kodwa akusona isikhathi senyembezi lesi. Mele sisukumise amakhanda ethu, mele sisukumise amakhanda ethu sibheke phambili. Njengenkosi yenu ngiyafunga ngamandla nesibusiso that is given to me by my ancestors. I will protect the kingdom ngempilo yami. I will fight for it. And then someone says wena wamanzi, and then everyone else follows. So I guess it's done, guys. It has been official. Ebo is the official new king yaseKhahlamba, guys. I don't even want to say Wuti, but anyway, let's leave that one. I get next thing, guys, we see boy, he is already he's king now. He is given a new room, angazi, but it looks like it's Banzi's room, but just decorated in a different way. I get Ukai is sleeping his pillows, guys. Everything is like black there, and his pillows are red. Like the theme of Ebo's life is black and red. Ebo Ukai is sleeping there, guys, sleeping like a baby, sleeping in what? In silk PJs, guys, in silk pajamas. Ebo Ukai kem avuge kem. He stretches his arms, he stretches his legs, and you can see the pride on his face that he is so proud of himself, of how far he's come. He goes to the bathroom, he puts on that ring that he wears on his pinky finger, you guys, pours himself a drink, looks at himself in the mirror, and just smiles. Then we see another scene where was out. He is looking at Inkomo. He's looking at the cows there, guys, dripping in his silk attire, in his silk pajamas attire, feeling proud as if he has arrived, guys. Imagine, like, from drinking your whiskey, you walk out, you go and see Inkomo Zako dressed in your silk pajamas. I'm like, kusemnando amanje. Enjoy, because this is not going to last for long, Putiza. I get next thing we saw about he's all dressed up for the day, you guys. He is wearing maroon and black. As I said, that is the theme colors. He's wearing maroon and black suits for the day, and he's on a phone call with Mulap. So Mulap was like, like you're going to make a great king, but all I wanna tell you, Guti, it won't be easy. Then Abo says, ngizokwenza kube lula konke lokho. Then Mulap says, I know that you love a challenge, but breaking tradition like this with an early crowning is going to get some people looking at you sideways. Ebo responds and says, khohleyila abantu, yazi abantu badinga uku-understanda ukuthi inhlanhla idinga umuntu onesibindi. I am nothing if not ngaphandle ngesibindi sami. So to say ukuthi I'm here because of isibindi, not because I shortcut my way to the throne. Then uMulapo says, Ebo goes on to say ukuthi lalela ke, now that I am in charge, I plan to make some changes, like hhayi ebukhosini kuphela kodwa nase KRS. So he says ukuthi kumele sikhulume, and then Mulapo says ukuthi I'll make some time. By the way, congratulations again, my good friend. And then he's like, sorry, I mean wena wamanzi. Then we see the council members, you guys. They are in the council boardroom, I guess. About four, there's four of them, and they all have their notebooks. Kushukuti maybe bamelung able to have a meeting that's going to require them to either write down notes or share notes. And then there's Usanusi. Usanusi is just standing there in the corner. I don't know why he's standing there in the corner. I don't even know why he's part of this meeting, but anyway. So before Ebo comes in, Chief Zondi is like, I asethembeke ukuthi Ebo, he remembers that with great power comes great responsibility. Then Chief Ngumalo goes on to say ukuthi, and akhumbule futhi Ebo ukuthi, like responsibility is not just about great ego. Like insinuating ukuthi that's what Ebo is leading with is ego. And then he whispers to the one council member that's next to him, and then he whispers and says, "Wuti pelangzwilu wuti." He plans to make some sweeping changes. As he's speaking like that, just enters the door. He pauses a little bit. They all get up. They all get up because they see Umcebo, and you can see Sanus is still there by the corner. He's looking at Umcebo like in a very strange way. And then everyone says, Wena wamanzi, and then Umcebo comes in. Then he stands, and then the rest sit down. And then he's like, Nitshona ubani ukuthi nihlale phansi. And then they just get up. He's like, ngiyazi ukuthi nigugile, ningamakhehla kodwa like I'm going to need ukuthi ningavilaphi lana meniza lana bengicela ukuthi niyebe ukuvilapha nje, show some liveliness. Hayibo, ebo. And then he goes on to say ukuthi ngifuna ukuthi ningihloniphe ngendlela that you guys benihlonipha ubanzi ngakhona siyezwana. And then Chief Zondi says besicela ukuthi wamkele uqolo lwethu wena wamanzi. Then Umcebo tells them to sit down, and then they sit down. So Umcebo goes on to say ukuthi now the first order of business namhlanje ngifuna ukuthi sibhekane at all the charities that my father was supporting. Zondi ungiphatheleni. Kusho ukuthi this is a meeting where maybe bebene homework or something like that, because Umcebo wouldn't say Zondi ungiphatheleni and they hear with their notebooks. Ayi, uZondi ngathi yatatazela, guys. He's like, oh, he flips through his notes, guys, and then he's like, Ncumalo ungaqala. Then Ncumalo looks at uZondi, he's like, how Zondi kodwa? Then he opens his book and he's like, you can see these guys have nothing for Umcebo. Umcebo looks at them and he's like, natatazela namhlanje wenzenjani? And then that scene just ends, you guys. Then we see Untando and Uthabang, guys. They are walking estradeni. Untando is eating her fries. Fries. Yeah, she's eating chips, fries. Why? Walking with Uthabang. So she's telling Thabang, you know, mengizela ma fries angkumbuzuma. She loved them and whatnot. Uthabang's like, at least yena ukhethiwe, she's to bring us some fries. Megawateng. Asazi ngomunye usisi nje. Like megawatenga uzlela yedwa ayi-1 ufike endlini se-asula umlomo. So she's like, so Untando's like, ayibo ukhuluma ngabani in. So they busy laughing there. Kanti guys, we see uPaul, he is watching them. He's in a car and he's watching Uthabang and Untando. Then Uthabang and Untando, they pass the car and they're still talking about Lama Chips Wabo, talking about whatever. And then Upoldoza walks, he comes out of his car and then he walks behind them and he's following them slowly. I'm like, what does this guy want? Like, why Ebalandelela like so closely? Anyway, guys, we are back by the council board meeting, but except this time it's a full room. Utaluqolo is there, Mandlovu was there, and the rest of the other council members are there. So the one council member is saying, kanjani Nkosi Ncumalo, that angiboni anything wrong with the king going through the funds of the palace. Then uChief Ncumalo says, ngokuthi anqamule the funding yokudla yabantu abadala, ngabe umthetho wakho uyaziza ukuthi uthini? Then that council member says, ukuthi kodwa wena-ke uyaziza ukuthi uthini? Then Ncumalo is like, hayibo, like ungazongitshela wena. So it's like that to and fro, guys. Basically, Umcebo wants to cut the funding, guys, for old people. He doesn't want old people ukuthi the kingdom must be supporting them, abanikeze imali yegrant. Umcebo just says, kwanele, like imindeni nemindeni izonakekela abantu abadala bayo. So each and every family is going to have the responsibility of taking care of their elderly people. Ikhahlamba will no longer be doing that. He goes on to say ukuthi sengizithathile leso sinqumo. Then he asks ukuthi kukhona okunye that maybe that you guys want us to discuss before we leave. Then uDaluqolo says, oh, wena wamanzi, sithanda ukubuza ngenqubela phambili of the water research project ngoba there are inkulumo that's going around in the community, and nathi nje ngumkhandlu, as umkhandlu, we're concerned about that. Umcebo says, rest assured, the water project is going to izoqhubeka nje as planned. Then uDaluqolo says, oh, wamanzi, there has been reports phela of illnesses amongst abantu. Abanye fear that the water has been contaminated. UMcebo says ukuthi asikho isidingo sokuthi ukhathazeke ngalokho iproject ihamba kahle nje. Then he goes on to say ukuthi okunye-ke futhi lezi nsolo lezi zokuthi like amanzi angcolisiwe and ini amanga lawo. Dalisfala says wena wamanzi ngenhlonipho efanele impilo yabantu yaseKhahlamba iyona that should be our priority. Ukuhlanzeka kwamanzi yimpilo yethu yalana eKhahlamba futhi-ke it's the backbone of KRS Water. UMcebo says siyawubongela umbono wakho mntwana Danuxolo. Ubuzwakele-ke. Sister Dile, he looks around, he's like, Sister Dile like dismisses what Danuxolo is saying. Guys, what kind of king dismisses the fact that there's reports of people getting sick? Obviously a king that is after to fill his own stomach uphela. And then Abu says, there's one more thing. Iqala lika Ndlovukazi uma uKamahlangu silifayidile salivala ngithi. Then everyone says yebo. He looks at uDaluxolo kodwa sesibhekene nelakho mntwana. Like walivuma icala ngithi. And then uDaluxolo says kunjalo wena wamanzi. Yo UMcebo UMcebo saying guys ufuna ukukhuluma kakhulu. Now that you want to talk kakhulu where that Daluxolo busy bringing people's accusations, let's talk about indaba yakho because wena usenecala elimileke. And then UMcebo just says ukuthi I shall see to it that an appropriate sentence is imposed. And then he leans over to Mawake, who's sitting next to him, and then he says, Ndlovukazi, kukhona indaba that I would like us to discuss when we are done here. And then that ends. Then we see guys uMathindi engene ekhishini. Ekhishini kunoNyambose and uBhodo. uMathindi comes in nama-lashes, nama-makeup wakhe. uNyambose is like, hey bo Mathindi, like what's going on? uMathindi is like, hayi like ngibona ingathi la esikolweni ingathi seniyangikhohlwa ukuthi mina nginguMathindi kayi-1. Ayibo ugeli-ke. Then uBhodo is like, hayibo Mathindi waze wamuhle wafana nalo sisi othi make me sweaty, make me water, make me ntontoni. And then Mathindi is blushing there, but you can see ukuthi uBhodo is a bit like jealous because obviously he has a crush on uMathindi. So Mathindi is like, no, I need to remind people ngithe nje athi ngizifake ibhayisi nje and make myself presentable. And then she just walks off. Well, she takes a strawberry because uBhodo was washing some fruits there. She takes a strawberry, she bites on it, and then she walks off. Guys, so sassy. Ayibo. And then Nyambose is like, ayibo wena Bhodo, like the timing, uAmanzi is just about to be placed as king or has just been placed as king. Then all of a sudden uMathindi yena uyazithintitha. Kusho ukuthi she is after one person's attention. And guys, I agree, but you can see Shame uBhodo looks so stressed ukuthi bazomthathela Shame. Hey, we see uMcebo, he is calling, so he's in his office and he's calling someone who is saved as Delicious efonini yakhe. So I was like, sengikhumbulile. And then the girl's like, but how can I not? It's the slay queen, guys, one of the slay queens that was there by the palace. And then UMcebo says ukuthi hayi nami ngikhumbulile. Then the girl says like, when am I going to see you though? Like the girls and I are tired of seeing you in the papers and online. So they show a scene where this girl who's speaking to UMcebo, she's in the park, guys. And what I realized, ukuthi no wonder lesi slay queen besidelela uMathindi so much, because every time she was the one who's denelaring, calling uMathindi Fam Julia and whatnot, kanti she's UMcebo's girlfriend. But the thing is, when UMcebo was kissing another girl, when uSheikh caught UMcebo kissing a girl in the office, it was the friend kaLorna. It was the friend kaLorna that UMcebo was speaking to. So I'm like, UMcebo, you dating this one girl and yet you sleeping with her friend. Gati yaw, abangadli. So anyway, UMcebo's like, ish like, ngimatasataso kwamanje, I haven't even had time to myself. Then uSlay Queen gets, she's like, come on, Zaddy, like I need some one-on-one time with you. Like I promise, like I'm gonna make it worth your time. Umcebo that I have no doubts about that. While esakhuluma kanjalo, uMandlovu knocks once by the office door and then angene. But you can see uBoreke, her face, guys. uMandlovu's demeanor and her face, she is not happy, guys, that Umcebo's on the throne. How can she be happy when she knows ukuthi uphume engaphumi, uphume engafuni out of that seat because she was afraid for her life. And now she can see her son is just doing umathanda wakhe. The last time I saw izinyo lakhe ehleka nje, it has been a while. So she just walks in and then I was like, but he's saying to his slave queen, but kunomhlangano engizoba nawo manje engizokufonela uyezwa. And then he drops the phone. Okay, then says Ndlovukazi. And then Ndlovukazi is like, ungibizile. Then she sits down. Umcebo's like, yebo ma. Then Ndlovukazi says, kuhamba kanjani? Umcebo's like, kuhamba kahle ukuthi nje bengifuna. I wanted us to discuss the late king's will. Mele ifundwe. Then uMandlovu like, kujahweni ngoba phela sisazilile, sisalindile. Umcebo's like, cha, sizilile saqeda. Asibhekeni phambili manje, like, hey, as you said, guys, ukuthi isikhathi sey'nyembezi siphelile manje, isikhathi sakhe manje, people must wipe their tears. So he says ukuthi asibhekeni phambili manje cause siqedile ngokuzila. And then uMandlovu says, oh, like, angikwazi ke lokho. She can't even reason. She's not like that Mandlovu, guys. You remember that Mandlovu dead? She could be stern. She can't be. She's afraid. So Mcebo goes on to say, we done the cleansing ceremony, silindeleni manje. Like, is there any other rule okumele silindele before we read the will? Then uMandlovu says, come. Umcebo says ukuthi asenzeni njalo ke ma, like asitholeni umeli wethu walana emndenini to come and read us the will. Then uMandlovu says kulungile. She doesn't have a choice, guys. She walks out, her face, guys, you can see with Ageko, right? Like she pretends to smile in front of Umcebo at this point. We see uNtando and uThabang, guys, they just finish having intercourse there. Kamereni Thabang's busy saying, hey, uphulile umphethe wami in. uNtando's like, no, manje wish ukuthi I need to retouch my makeup yami. Then uThabang's like, no, muhle, like everyone knows ukuthi mina, I am dating uPoppy. And she's blushing there. And then he says to her ukuthi manje bengicela ukuthi unginikeze ingane. She's like, hey, but Thabang ingane. He's like, yeah, ngifuna ingane and whatnot. And then he starts tickling her. I'm like, hey, wena Ntando, like yini ehlekisayo ngomuntu okutshela ukuthi ufuna ingane kodwa akanamali yelobona. Like, hey, Ntando, please, like, can you be focused, my queen? While besatikazana lapho, guys, while they're busy tickling one another, a phone call comes in on Ntando's phone. So this guy, when he called, he's like, hi, Mam Tombeni. And then Ntando's like, yes, that's me. The guy says, I'm advocating Kize. I am Ubanzi, the late Banzi's lawyer. And I am calling you to tell you that you have been listed as a beneficiary on his will. Ebo! Untando's like, ngiyabonga bandla, like, I'm sorry, I don't want anything to do ngihlanganisa nekhahlamba. Bengicela bandla ukuthi ungikhiphe kulezo zinto. Like, thank you. She hangs up, you guys. Then uThabang's like, ayibo ubani loyo. And then Untando's like, you won't believe Ubanzi put me on his will. I'm like, uThabang into ayicabangayo imali. I'm sure ukuthi he's going to look he's going to influence Untando to make sure she goes to that meeting. Vincent ngalana hey guys, that money will go back. Because Vincent, imagine Untando's about to get another inheritance. Imagine, guys, we will never even get an inheritance. Maru Vincent is busy reversing inheritance yabantu. Anyway, okay, we see he is by his crush's place in Dumbaga, crush like Ungozi, and Ungozi saying to him, ukuthi inkamva lakho liqaqambile ngoku more than ever before. Konke that's happening to you now. Like onke okwakho kufanele wena wamanzi. Then Umcebo says ukuthi uyabona ke manje, like akekho nje ozovimba ukuhlola kwami wegesi. Because isn't that thing, that project he's doing, guys, kahle kahle, it has nothing to do with water. Not that it has nothing to do with water. He's trying to look for gas. So he's saying ukuthi akekho ozovimba ukuhlola kwakhe kwegesi once they find the gas underneath the Kahlamba Mountains. He goes on to say ukuthi hayi sizoba namandla nje to rule any country that we want. Ungozi says ukuthi hayi like uyabukeka nje oh she says uyabukeka nje umsebenzi wakho. And then umcebo says ukuthi uningi nje engifuna ukwenza nje KRS. I have much bigger plans than Ubanzi had. Like legama elithi KRS, I want it to be known all over the world. There umcebo is sharing his business plans, guys, with his crush. There is crush Ungozi, the way she's smiling. I get to bet his ukuthi she at Zimiti yakhe that has got umcebo where he's at. Ayike Ungozi goes on to say ukuthi imibono yakho yenza ikamva yethu to be prosperous. And then umcebo's like, you've been loyal to me, Fungi Ngozi, angeke ngikhohlwe lokho. I'll never forget how you've been loyal to me. We see uSanusi, he is having a conversation on Ntando. Ntando just told him that, listen, Ubanzi's lawyer called me for a will, and listen, I told him I'm not going to be there. And then uSanusi says, listen, Osazana, yeah, man, this is your destiny. This is your inheritance. And you're going to have to accept your inheritance. No matter how some things, you keep cutting them out, everything is going to lead you back eKahlanda. Then Ntando's like, I mean, Abangwiti, he just put me on his roll because he feels guilty for what he did, Ubabuan. But anyway, it looks like Usanusi kind of convinces her that, listen, this is your destiny, girl. You can't keep running away from it. You need to accept it sooner or later. We see Rejoice. She's coming down the stairs. When she's coming down the stairs, she meets up no Matinte, guys. Matinte Muhleni, guys. She's wearing some brown dress, mbambe, all in the right places. Ne makeup here, her hair is out. And Rejoice says to her, hi, we are. She knows ukuthi Matinte is on her way to Umcebo's room, you guys. She's like, I'm not going to allow you ukuthi unyuke lama step. I'm not going to allow you. That guy, Ramfana, he doesn't care about you. He's using you. Like, look at yourself. You're beautiful. You're strong. You what? Then Matinte is like, auntie, like, like, why ngangboni? Like, all my life that I've came to work, like, when I've been living it for him. Being his gen, I'm gonna come here, uzong shata, but agangboni. What choice is like, now, like, you were overdoing things by thinking which was uzok shata. But anyway, I see where you're getting kota sisibing. Tande, this guy is no good for you. You can get a good guy. Then Matinte goes on to say, Sisi, these are the words I needed to hear. Ngati we mame. Guys, she's just hearing it for then. I wouldn't be surprised if she sneaks in later on into Mcebo's room. Now we're having the meeting, the last scene. The lawyer is there, Umandlovu is there for the reading of the will, Mcebo and Tutalu Ono is there. So the lawyer says, Amanzi bega recorda yonke into ne will yakhe uyirecordile. Ngizocela-ke ukuthi sonke silalele as he's saying that his laptop rings. Then as his laptop rings, he says, oh, it seems ingathi kunomuntu osijoyinayo. Manfrov is like, osijoyinayo, like thinking ukuthi, like, who's that? Mina, I'm thinking ukuthi it might be, guys, uKamahlawu. Utalukalo is like, oh, like sesikhona sonke Mkhize Kubeka. Then the advocate clicks on the laptop to answer the call because the laptop was ringing, and then everyone sees Ntando's face. I was like, wait, nago again. Guys, but you can see he's so unsettled in his seat, and he's like, ufunani lona. Then Untando says, sanibonani, nami ngimenyiwe kulo mhlangano like everyone else. And then Umandlovu is like, me. And then, guys, as Amanda was saying, we see a scene where we see Upoldoza's hand. I knew it's Upoldoza's hand because the hand seems sharp, it's light in complexion, and we can see the jacket is the leather jacket. So we see him unlocking a gate, you guys. Then they take us back to the scene of reading of the will. Then the lawyer says, likhona igama lakhe uNtando encwadini lelifa, so she must be present. Then you can see uDaluqolo smiling there while uNcebo benoma wakhe is just irritable. And then the lawyer goes on to say, which we were unable to find uNdlovukazi kaMahlangu, but we will try our best to find her, which means she's also on the well, you guys. Then uNcebo says ukuthi asikho isidingo salokho, vele loyo, she's not allowed to be here. uNtando-ke says ukuthi mengisaqala ukuthi siqhubekeni ongumhlangano. That time while uNtando is saying that, guys, we see uBhodloza, he's putting on gloves. He takes out his gun and then he prepares his gun. What do they call it? He cocks his gun and you can see he's ready to shoot. He peeps in until he's at uNtando's house, guys. He peeps in and he can see uNtando. She's looking straight at a laptop and it looks like he's getting ready to shoot her, you guys. Guys, that's going to be interesting. We know Wuti, this whole thing, Queendom is about uNtando, so I don't think she's going to die like that. But I am wondering maybe if Thabang is not going to come in or Vincent and take a bullet for uNtando. Guys, we will see next week. Let's park it right there. Tell me your thoughts on this. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge. And I'll see you guys on the next one.